Hello there. I'm Fikile Ndlovu, an IFP ward candidate in Ward 28. Ngifisa ukuthi ningivotele. Kungenxa yalezathu-ke ey'landelayo ngifisa ukuthi ningivotele. Ngifisa ukuthi ningithembe, nithembe i-IFP. I-IFP inhlangano endala okukade ikhona. Inhlangano enamandla, inhlangano eyizikhondlakhondla, inhlangano enomholi wethu okhaliphe ngendlela eyisimangaliso umntwana kaPhindangene. Inhlangano esike yawuphatha ngisho umkhandlu wasemajuba iminyaka ino-clean audit, ingakaze kuthiwe sekuthunyelwe administrator sekudliwe iy'mali. Inhlangano-ke engabe sengibona ukuthi mina angiyijoyine ngenxa yokuthi ngo-2010 yona le nhlangano yanginikeza mina ibhasari, ngahamba ngafunda e-University of Pretoria, ngenza i-alternative disputes resolution specializing in labour law. Lokho-ke kwakungivula amehlo ngey'ndlela ey'ningi. Ngangize ngenze leyo advanced certificate ewu-NQF level 7, which is equivalent to a degree. Kungenxa yokuthi ngangikade ngenze i-LLB, that is a law degree. Nanoma ngayenza-ke yona ngangaqeda. Kodwa nayo futhi kuko konke engakuphasa okungale ka-half of the credits. Kwabe sekungiholela ukuthi ngiyoba utolika enkantolo ukusukela ngineminyaka ewu-24. It was in 2004. I became a court interpreter la eMadadeni Court. Ngasebenza-ke khona isikhathi eside. Emva kwalokho ngaqhubeka nohambo lempilo yami. Ngafundela ukuba u-debt councilor khona futhi e-University of Pretoria. Isikhathi sokupromulgate noma sokufakwa komthetho u-National Credit Act. It was in 2007. Uma ngabe ngiyifundela i-debt review, ngabe sengiba u-registered debt councilor. Uma ngiba u-registered debt councilor, ila engabe sengivula khona eyami i-practice in 2009. Ila I was around 28 or so in 2009. La engangivula khona i-practice yami. Ila engangi-experience khona-ke into ey'ningi ey'hlukahlukene ezivula umqondo, ey'vula amehlo. Engangikwenza mina uku-assista ngincede abantu abacwile ey'kweletini through i-debt review. In short, nganginegotiator ukuthi akunciphe ama-installments, kwande i-repayment period while ikhephiwe i-interest. Siwenza wonke lawo ma-proposals lawo, sasiwenza to all the creditors. We had about 3 allowances zama-sessions okushintshana ngama-proposals, and then on the 4th instance senze sure ukuthi we meet face to face to resolve i-problem ye-client. But-ke ufikile the way adaleke ngakhona, others would even comment ukuthi ish wena you so spot on. Awufuni into yakho iloku ibuyela kaningi. Mostly we never get to see you. Ngithi mina it's because impela ama-proposals ami asuke avoida ukuthi sibonane besides if kuyinto e-social. Well, ngangize ngikwazi nanoku-assista abantu even to a level where a warrant of execution has been executed. Sikwazi uku-applyela through i-court, senze i-stay of prosecution or i-setting aside ye-court order. Kwakade kuyizinto-ke ezenza izinto ey'ningi zibe lula lezo kubantu abasuke becwilile ey'kweletini. Because the moment umuntu simnciphisela ama-monthly installments, si-extenda i-repayment period on a monthly basis, uyakwazi ukuthi abe nemali yokuphila. I'm sorry. Akhave ama-monthly obligations akhe. Another duty engangiyenza as a debt councilor kwakusuke kuyikho ukuthi ngi-trace ukuthi what happened and when, what caused the client to be over indebted, in other words. So sasiyaye sithi when it comes to that, sasithi numbers don't lie. And regarding interest, sasiyayisebenzisa i-induplum rule. I-induplum rule ekushoyo ukuthi akwazi ukuthi i-interest can accumulate ize i-times kawu-2 the original amount that was lent to the client. So in tracing indaba zeyikweletu-ke, we used to count a lot. Siyenze leyo investigation through counting up until we reach the decision and compare ama-bank statements abantu with the dates as well. When was the client granted the credit? At times you'll find out ukuthi i-client, after being so over indebted, they would be granted even a home loan. So that led us to apply over and over again to the National Credit Act and the national credit to the National Credit Regulator, and the National Credit Tribunal for those credits to be granted null and void, leaving the client being in possession of the house and rendering the creditor bank as the reckless lender, so they should suffer the loss. So I went on with my career path. Ngaze ngaqhubeka after, ngaba on the office for about 6 years, and after a period of 6 years, after articulating ukuthi this thing, it's a very nice thing, but it wasn't really sustainable. Before I left the office, ngabe sengenza nansi. This is a proposal that was done by myself ngisese kule address ela ngezansi la engangirana khona i-practice yami. Yayikhuluma ngama-municipality rates because I could articulate ukuthi many of the clients, they are owing the municipality large amounts of money, irrespective of the fact that they already are over indebted. So lokho kwakudalela ukuthi in a way I was already collecting on behalf of the municipality, and I wanted to formalize that arrangement. This proposal was fully or unanimously voted for by the whole EXCO committee of the time. They could see ukuthi using the National Credit Act and the National Credit Regulator, they could be able to collect some more money and to increase the revenue of the municipality. But then certain people did not allow that. So it never got to see the light of day. And I also went on again with my career path. I became an interpreter to different bargaining councils, like i-bargaining council yaga education. Bargaining council yaga education, this is my claim form ye-bargaining council yaga education. Yila esidila khona namacala asuke enziwe abaqashwa baka education. In a very high level, kahle kahle kusuke seku de novo cases. Ama-cases asuke eseqalwa phansi kabusha, checking ukuthi ke ikhona yini evidence that was remained behind or intentionally or unintentionally omitted, leading to the client ukuthi alose umsebenzi wakhe, because we're talking about work here. While ke ngiqhubeka ngiyi-interpreter, ngiye ngaphinde ngathola ne-bargaining council yaka-SALGA. These are their claim forms that we normally use in claiming the money. Nakhu-ke kubhaliwe la u-SALGA bargaining council after kusebenza. La kwa-SALGA-ke, it's still the same thing. We start afresh. Wonke ama-cases asuke enziwe internally by u-SALGA a-resulta ekudismisseni abantu. Yila esidiscover khona inkohlakalo eningi eyenzeka komasipala ngokuhlukahlukana kwayo ngama-different levels. Ngithe ngisathathiwe-ke ama-bargaining councils, into engiyenzile kwakade-ke kuwukuthi-ke ngiqhubeke nama-studies ami. Lese ngikhulumile-ke ngayo i-alternative dispute resolution from a University of Pretoria, a NQF level 7 on its own, specializing in labor law. Lokhu-ke kungisiza-ke ekuthenini it qualifies me ukuthi sengingangena ngibe yi-commissioner umahluleli emacaleni ezemisebenzi. Lena ke yona kube ile eka National Credit Act, i-NCR. This was my practicing certificate of the NCR as a debt counselor. Ebese kuthi ke la, these are my credits, the courses I've passed kwi-LLB. That was my law degree. Ngiqhubeke lena ke i-recommendation letter evela kwa-National Prosecuting Authority la engangikade ngisebenza khona on voluntary basis. Ngiba-assista nge-alternative dispute resolution la okwakuthi khona abantu who have committed ama-cases athile but angekho necessary ukuthi umuntu usengaboshwa lahle icala. Ngangikade ngibaxolelanisa ngibanxephezelanisa ukuthi into engcono abanxephezelane ngaphandle kokuthi icala lize lingene lihlalelwe phansi isithangami senkantolo. Ebese kuthi ke lena ke it's an advanced certificate in principles of labor law engiyithole e-University of Free State. Ngithe uma ngabe ngiyithola nayo i-NQF level 7. Ngiyithole ngo-2020 just last year, and ekuyitholeni kwami nakhona ngiye ngabe sengiya-apply to become a commissioner at the CCMA. Yila bese sengibizwa khona ke for interviews, ngabizwa for a written assessment. After written assessment ngase ngiyabizwa again for a full panel of a full panel interview. Yilapho ke khona ekubese kucaca ke after yona sabe sesiyaziswa ke ngomlomo kaCameron Morajane ukuthi ke i-CCMA has got a problem yama funds, insufficient funds. I-government has cut off their budget and they cannot make any new appointments. Kubantu abangaba-appoint ababebasha angeke babe nayo imali yokubaholela. So that is how come I then carried on again. Ngabe sengenza ke i-certificate sika teaching English online. As you can see in my background, ukuthi we've got ama-maps, ama-flags, ama-animals. That is when ke ngabe sengiqalile ukuthi ke ngifundise abantwana bama-countries la i-English engakhulunywa khona, like Korea, Japan and the rest. And ke into engiyibone lapha even if bengisenza like trial classes after ukugeza risha yonke i-material bengiyidinga from qualifier, i-certificate, from yonke i-setup yasendlini yokwenza i-class, sabe sesenziswa ama-trial classes ke, but we were already privy to the information yokuthi ke should it happen that you succeed and end up doing this, you might end up earning an amount of about 30,000 per week ngama South African rands, changing it from dollars and pounds and euros. Ungakwazi ukuyishintsha kanjalo, of which yila engibuka khona ke manje ukuthi ke compared to everything that I've gathered throughout my life, since ngazalelwa la endlini yaKaNdlovu ehouse number 7644, ngiye ngabe sengiyabona ukuthi la iwa 28 our problem eyokuqala esinayo enkulu edlulela zonke ukuthi izindlu esihleli kuzo asinawo amatayitela azo. So mina as a person who have worked for years enkantolo and who have got the knowledge years omthetho, in some amongst the courses engawaphasayo it was law of property. So I know exactly how does it office work. So mina ngithi into yokuqala esingaqala ngayo ukuthi ngini-assiste bantu abanganawo amatayitela to find out at the deeds office ukuthi what can we possibly do to gain you ama-court orders anigrantayo nani ukuthi ke nifanele ukuthi nibe nawo amatayitela. Ngikhuluma ngama-court orders because esikhathini esiningi izindlu engenamatayitela isuke isembangweni. So based on inhlobo yombango ingakho ke sidinga uku-involve inkantolo vele. Siye phambili ke futhi sikhulume ngama municipality rates. We can clearly see ukuthi ama municipality rates these days are skyrocketing because of the fact that thina abantu youth endala, so to say, we are remaining in our homes, we are unemployed no matter how highly qualified you are, but asisebenzi, iqiniso lelo. So siziphilisa esikhathini esiningi ngokuqashisa. Uma ngabe siqashisa ila esashare khona our homes with ama students asemajuba and so forth. Ilapho khona esesiconsume ama municipality services. Sibe nama students asemajuba and other people. And then that shows we meet ukuthi ke there are more than one family utilize these services. That creates some form of a problem going on. So if we can try and propose ukuthi ke umasipala sisacela asincedise la sibeki offer yethu ukuthi i-flat rate ibinganjani or some other means zokuthi kodwa okusalayo uma ngabe ugovernment esuke eyikhipha ileduzana imali le asuke exhasa ngayo umasipala, nathi we benefit from there. And even indigents ushwele, because now in our days ushwele has become so unreachable, unama red tapes amaningi, ama requirements afuneka khona enza kube impossible ukuthi thina abantu abaningi sikwazi ukuthola ushwele. So sikucele ke nalokho sazi ke ukuthi ugovernment mayisuke efunda omasipala usuke nathi esikhokhela. Siqhubeke ke siye phambili ku-youth yethu esinayo. I-youth le asikwazi ukuthi abantwana mababuyele ezikolweni, those who are falling through the cracks, asibone ukuthi ke inkinga ikuphi, sibone ukuthi loyo mhlambe ongekho academic, so to say, amakhono angawathola njengoba yekade yenza ekuqaleni i-IFP. That is why yakha vocational, ila kufundelwa khona amakhono. After ukufundela amakhono ebese uyakwazi ke ukuthi ke uzisebenze. Siphinde futhi siqhubekele phambili siye kuma bursaries, siye kuma learnerships. Izona zinto esizidingayo lezo to keep people within the system. Ebese siya nakuma matriculants to emphasize and make the strong ties with our SANDF, correctional services, the public services sector and as a whole. Sazi ukuthi after the child has matriculated, it's easier to get them into the programs, maybe zama learnerships angaphakathi, end up ekwazi ukuthi aqasheke into a government department. Sidlulele lapho senze sure ukuthi abantwana bayafunda. Ukufunda ikona okuyisikhali okuzosenzela ikusasa elingcono. Senze sure ukuthi noma singena kamasipala siyawa check ama policies. Ama policies si-check futhi i-council, because i-council is the most crucial part of everything. That is where council resolutions are being taken. That is where ama policies are being voted for and taken. And ke yilapho esisuke sesibona khona ukuthi the kinds of people who take those decisions, how enlightened are they nge-life esiphilayo nesiphila out there? Because if you sending someone or blind into certain things, or insightfully blind, because not being blind as just a disability, because people who cannot see physically, they see a lot insightfully. So people abangana insight yezinto eyithile about life, abangekho enlightened, maybe based on their on their good education or so, those people are bound to make wrong decisions. And because of lack yokucabanga komqondo owabo ujikaneno esikhathini esiningi, kodwa ke anqondile ukuthini esengisholo ukuthi if you sending people abanolwazi olunzulu endaweni enjenge council, then you are bound to get more better results. Ukuthi kube khona mangabe kuvotelwa ama policies, kuvotelwa ama policies aphusile. Uma ngabe kwenziwa ama council resolutions, kwenziwa ama council resolutions aphusile. Siphinde futhi siyilwe nendaba ke ye labor forum. Sibone ukuthi can't i labor forum be given maybe some more power I understand the decisions they take, they only can persuade. They are not decision makers. So we need to try and work with the labor sector as it is as CIFP and harmonize the sector. Kuzokwazi ukuthi-ke kusebenzeke. And kuzo zonke lezi zinto esiyibalile esikhuluma ngesector ye-labor, excuse me, we're not only talking about maybe abantu abafuna ukuyosebenza emafemini or so. We're talking about abantu in general, qualified and not qualified people. So all I'm saying in short is that we as the IFP, we are the party to be voted for. And in Ward 28, I am the candidate to be voted for. If you want to go further in life, kungasho ukuthi uzlimitile ukuthi uzojika neno ubuye eduzana. We do also have the capacity, full capacity yokuhandlisha umasipala district municipality and steering them the whole thing forward, the ship forward. So siyacela kakhulu whoever is going to whom is going to be reached by this podcast, so cela ukuthi ke makangivotele eWard 28. I'm so happy we've already even received ama ballot papers and I've seen myself ukuthi I am there. So really ukucabanga neso lika mama akufani nokucabanga kababa neso lika baba. Ngakho ke please vote for me. Vote for me, Fikile Ndlovu, from the IFP. You need to vote for me.